All right, we are in the Koi 9-hole cup. So, do a scouting report. They got brand new holes, and we got Dunner on the phone today. What's up, Dunner?
Not much. Just watching the stupid frickin' snow melt again.
It's been
It's a
raining.
blizzard here yesterday.
It's been raining here
Like-
just nonstop. It's
A
not
couple inches of snow yesterday.
a couple inches of snow.
Yeah. I think I'm going to say 4 to 8 centimeters. So yeah, anywhere from 2 to 3 inches. About 2.5 centimeters per inch. So
We don't want any snow, but we are enjoying the rain, though. We need rain. As much rain as we can get. So it's going to rain all week. It's like this right now. We had it. It'll just rain. It's not raining. Like if I'm looking outside right now, I can't really see the rain coming down. But if I go outside and you stand, you'll get saturated in a matter of minutes. It's a weird deal. And it'll just do this non-stop forever.
yeah, I think we got a bunch of rain coming up this week too. But warmer, so.
No, that's good though, because we had cold weather where we had the stuff that you're getting right now, and so about 5 days from now you're going to be getting this shit. Because my buddy that lives in Pennsylvania, Scooby, that's the deal. He'll call and we'll talk about the weather, and he's like, "What's it doing out there?" Because right now it's snowing here, and I go, "Well, it quit snowing here 5 days ago, and now we're actually getting clear weather." And he's like, "Good. That means this weekend it'll be nice." All right, we got brand new hole placements. So we have this Gokasha Bay has been in the game since the very beginning of the game, and we were checking out Australia time. Now I will say that it's been in the game since the very beginning, but there's actually like 4 or 5 of the holes. This like Oasis wasn't a full course. There was only like 4 or 5 holes in the course. Just like the Oasis originally, there was only like 4 or 5 holes. And then at a later date, like a year later or so, they came out with the other 4 or 5 holes for the Oasis. And the same thing with Gokasha Bay. Are you looking at pictures of them? I'm a golf
No,
class.
I just got like the screen before you play. Overhead little view thing.
Well, this hole right here, you can play this hole in a ton of different ways. There's actually a max overpower hook shot that you can do on the left, on the white line that's on there. The main deal is getting, I'm just wondering whether or not hopefully they put the pin farther back.
I forget. I watched. Ben always does a quick little breakdown of the new pin placements. So they've been doing that. BK Golf Clash, Ben Kennedy.
Yeah.
I watched that one, but I can't freaking remember. Seems to me like overall they're in a bit more favorable spot than where they used to be. So
Yeah, because if
I know on I forget which. I can't even fucking remember the holes, but there's one. I think it was a par 3, maybe it was par 4, but they moved the pin actually a bit closer, so you can do a rough bump a hell of a lot easier. That one par 5, I think it's the first one. They moved the pin like way to the right, not way to the right, but to the right to the back. So that'll be a different shot coming in to try and rough bump that. Might be a different approach, like set up all together. Who knows?
on this one, if you're coming in, because like a good landing spot is this little hollow right here. If I can get my picture right. This little hollow right here. And so you're coming over that sand, and where it's at, you can actually get a run at it. But if they moved it any closer to the front, that shot's going to be where you're going to have to use more backspin to stick it on there, because you won't be able to bounce it over the sand. You'll have to start off on the green side. But if they put it farther in the back, it'll give you more room from that sand. It'll make that shot easier. So I'm just curious. I think I'm going to just play it
I think it's to the right of where it was, but not behind the sand or anything. This might actually be the first one I was talking about, where they moved it closer to the front.
I'm just going to go out there with a Titan and let's see what we can get done with a Titan. And I'm going to take my number 1 bag. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, 1.
Let's get some Dunner action here.
Dots. Takes a while to get
I got
dots.
dots, and I got Dunner. Dunner. So I'm waiting about 5 seconds after you go. Now, it seems to me that we figured out a max overpower hook shot on this hole right here with an apocalypse coming around, and you could get...
Yeah, this is it. Try just
I'm gonna do the max overpower hook shot, because it seems to me that we figured out a max overpower hook shot where you could get right in front. Let's try it. I got 12 practice tokens. I'm game. I should buy one of those things so that at least the freaking lottery, Russian roulette.
It's only 1,000 to reload one of those ones that gives you 2 per shot.
Well, I think it's like 1,500 on mine because I'm not sure that I have that one.
Oh, yeah, that stupid gate T I was just using gives me 1, and then I got the Easter egg thing, or 2.
With this wind, I'm going to use a Titan, but I was thinking about switching to a Katana, but with this wind... See if I can catch the fairway, or if I need to go farther out. Barely caught the fairway. Bouncing it over.
Oh, that's a good spot.
And that was my white ring on that last cut of the rough. I was fully into that last cut of the rough with my white ring on the transition.
Smash.
And I need to come in maybe half a ring. It's a beautiful rough bump from there. And they moved the cup closer. So these holes aren't in the right order with Golf Clash Notebook. This must be one of those courses where they got 2 par 3s together, or it ends with a par 4 or something. They changed it up. Let's see what kind of an adjustment Dunner does. It must be not at max club.
Oh, jeez. No, it was like 25%.
In the hole, look at that. What does that tell you about wind adjustment?
Well, the wind was going right to left, and I hit great left. So I overpulled it, or just got lucky where it hit in the rough, because it is kind of hilly there. Hilly, yeah, that's a word. But I tried to do plus 10 at like 25% club there.
Oh. Oh! Whew. I made a bad wind adjustment.
So that's the side to miss on, though.
Yeah, no, that was the side to miss on, but... All right. Starting it off with the Eagle. 2 different ways. I think that max overpower hook, if I would have set it up. So let me find that hole. What hole is that?
4C.
This hole right here. So I was on this last cut of the rough. So we got the fairway, first, second, third, fourth cut of the rough. I was on the transition between the third and the fourth cut of the rough with my white ring. It may have been the second and the third. I'll have to go back and watch that video, but I need to come to the left about a half a ring. That'll get my gap through here so I can get into the deepest part of that fairway. I may screw around with that this week, but a Titan works, and that was against a headwind. So if I had a tailwind, I'd actually have to take the wind out, or I'd have to switch to a katana
that
ball.
was like a 4.5 wind too. So even if it was lower coming from the same direction, you wouldn't be as far out either, right?
Right.
It needed to be maybe 1 ring. Okay. So that's like a 3-ring pull then, right? With the Apocalypse. All things considered, basically, right?
Yeah.
4.5.
4.5, 3-ring pull.
So, yeah.
And it was
you put that into your pull already. So when you watch it, keep into account that was 3 rings of wind, right?
Yeah, and it was coming at almost at a 45-degree angle. So I just took out a 1.5 rings to the right. Because I didn't have enough, I was running out of time, and I didn't have enough time to go down there and actually pull the side wind out. So I just eyeballed it.
It's a good shot, though.
All right, hole number 2. Hole number 2. Hole number 2.
Yeah. Well, this is like the fucking divot, par 3.
Let's see which hole this is.
So this one, they moved the pin back. You know that shootout hole where it's all hills in front of the green? There's like no flat spots at all.
Let me see if I can find this hole. Which hole is it? It's the one with 4 sand traps. Jeez, we could have been a little more, I could have been a little more prepared. What was I thinking? It's whatever the next par 3 is. There's some cool holes in this. Is it the one with all the moguls?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I actually prefer to play this with that rough bump in the front where you're actually using the fairway on that hill.
Well, I think it might be, I was thinking about that earlier because the pin's back.
Further back.
It further away from the tee. So it gives you more room to try and play that. Because I was looking at it too, and I was like, if you can hit the back side right over the last bunker on the right, the fairway slopes down pretty hard to the green. You can land it on that area, you'll get the rough bump type of effect, right?
Yep.
And then you've got almost a whole green to be able to take the speed out of it, or however.
Well, where it was at before, it was pretty close to the front, so you really had to woe it up. So if it's further back, it might make it a little bit.
Yeah, you got more. Yeah,
might make it a little bit better. I can't remember if I was playing this with a Guardian or if the sniper had enough backspin.
I think sniper will work now. Because it's got like what, 6?
6 backspin. So what we're talking about is right in front of that white dot where that hill comes down. You can actually use that area. It's so steep. There are several shots in this game on certain holes where you can use the backside, the pin side of a hill and use it as a rough bump. It's so steep that you can hit in the fairway and make it into a rough bump.
And it's the same concept as what everyone calls a glitch roll or a speed roll or whatever. It's the same thing, except for when that normally happens to you, you're not playing for that shot. You're not playing for it to land on the downslope and it takes off on you. But this time you're ready for it. So you've got it set up to take all that speed and then boom. Because at first what happens is it hits the fairway. Instead of bouncing, it just scoots and then all the backspin kicks in and slows it right up, right?
Yeah, so I mean, if you've got, here, I'll draw it on the screen. If you've got a hill and it comes like this, and you hit on this side of the hill, when your ball hits, you can get, if you're trying to get way down the fairway and you ran topspin on it, it can catch a bounce on this hill that instead of going up in the air, it goes flat. And it's so damn steep that when it hits, as soon as it hits, it starts sliding, and it completely loses all of its bounce capability. And at that point, it's just going with the contour of the course. So if you put topspin on it, it'll run forever at about 2,000 miles an hour. But if you've got backspin on it, as soon as that happens, as soon as it touches the course right here, it immediately starts spinning it backwards, and it does exactly what you want a rough bump to do, but you're doing it in the middle of the fairway. We just had a hole. Didn't we just have a hole in like the last tournament, or one of the last tournaments where there was a spot where you could do that?
Yeah, I think the last 9 holes, there might have been a hole that was similar.
Okay, you ready?
The perfect example is,
there's a little...
I forget what course it is. It's one of an older course, but it's a par 3. And it's got that, I don't know, hourglass type fairway, but
it's in like Kohung.
Tiers to it.
I think it's in Kohung Resort or Acacia. It's in Tour 7, because I was playing Tour 7 the other day, and that hole was in Tour 7.
Yeah, so if you're on the second tee, it should be your wood, and if you're on the front tee, it's your long iron. But you do the same thing. You hit the far side of the hill on the downslope, and then check it up. It goes in every single time.
Yep.
Every time.
You're really close. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, go. Hole 2. I gotta make sure I pay attention to that shit. Cause it just changes on you. If you wanted to play the same hole twice or something. I got dots now.
Finding opponent, got dots, got dunner.
Hugo.
Now there was a rough bump that you could do on this over here by this tree, where you could bring it around and come back down to the tree. Kyle was showing me that shot, and I tried it, but it is tricky to set it up. And you can see if Dunner pulls it towards the tee box just a little teeny bit, how it changes the tip, the tail, the end of the tail. And whenever you're hitting on a hill like that,
take it from up here.
it's always,
Yeah, that's a tricky one. Maybe I should come at it from the other side and put right spin on it.
well, I think the deal here, let's see where I'm at. I'm at minimum club.
Either that, or you do need all the backspin to go right towards the fringe. That might work like that, actually. I mean, it's through, but
Yeah, but look at how close I am to the. I think the finding a spot like where my white ring's off of that.
what happens if you go to the left and put right spin on it?
No, but see, like right there, my white ring is just barely on the course.
Yeah.
And my blue ring is actually fully in the fairway. So that we don't have to put quite all the spin on it. It gives us a little bit of leeway if the wind changes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that I like coming in that far to the right. Like, see if you can do that same thing from the just staying right where you're at. Yeah, right there. Now take some spin out. I think the deal is that you need to dial it in from where you started and not move it anymore after that. Perfect. El Prefecto.
That's not bad at all. That's good
Just
speed.
a bit outside.
I don't even know what I did for an adjustment there. I think I did like 3.5. I don't know. I didn't. Yeah, whatever.
Okay, I'm at minimum club. So that'd be 3.38 rings.
I think this might be a good hole where set up from the opposite direction, like looking back at the tee. I mean, that's not going to hurt you either way.
What?
That if you end up going faster on that roll there.
Yeah. I mean, it's very unlikely that what it did was it slid and then it did the short hop bounce, threw me onto the green, and then ran from there.
That was fun.
I might have underpulled it. All right. Oh, what am I doing? Let's work on that. Let's work on that achievement. I think I'm only like 2 away from having 100 dunks. I used to dunk all the time. I used to play shootouts where the only thing I did in shootouts was dunks.
Those are fun.
Well, I remember when a bunch of you guys started playing and like needed coins, and I would go out there and play, and I would do dunks on the shootouts, and it was amazing how many times I won. And I missed.
Okay, here's the par 5 where they moved the hole to the right. So I think.
Okay. All right.
I can't remember exactly how far you can get. But if you want to go for the rough bump on the second shot here, you're going to want to be as far to the right as possible off the tee.
Is it that
So
one?
if we can get to that last patch of fairway before the water, you might have a better angle from there. I don't know if that's doable or not though.
Hold on, I'm trying to find that hole. It's hole number 6 in the regular tournament, I think.
Yeah, like the fairways or the greens kind of on an island.
Let's try and get matched up on this one because there is a max overpower hook shot that you can do on this to try and get up to the front island. And then you have a short iron into the cup. And I've actually gotten it before in Expert. In Expert, that's actually how I played this hole, but I can't remember where the spot is out there to do the hook. But I didn't have an Apocalypse then, and it was always difficult. So we need to get matched up because you're going to play it straightforward, right?
Oh, most likely.
Yeah. All right, let's roll.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, here we go.
Dots now.
Got dots. Got Dunner. So did you shoot a 200 game in bowling this week?
Yeah, actually I did. Barely. 202, I think, but.
Isn't this like your like
great
6
week overall, man?
How many weeks in a row have you shot a 200?
That's, I don't know, 4 or 5. At least 4. Try this.
Man, it's almost possible to get over there with a Power 5 ball if you had forward moving wind and just get over.
Barely great.
One ring great to the left. That's the worst side to hit
curl,
it.
Though. Ugh.
Just made it. Yeah, that's going for it, because normally like we would be hitting, like the way to go is to go straight forward and either bounce it over and try and get up into this area or do a rough bump up here. I think you normally do a rough bump, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay, see the split between those two trees? I'm pointing right at it. And I'm going to take the wind out. It's not going in a good direction. Yeah, I better take the shot. Bam, hit the tree right there. That tree used to not be there because I've done that shot before.
I think that's one of those ones where it sucks, but you...
I think the deal is I need to bring out
the curl back.
I need to bring out a bigger ball so that I can go. I can see if I can get in front of that trap. You're in short iron range right there with a Power 5 ball. Give yourself a little bit better angle. I can't get in front of that sucker.
You can probably make it where I am though with all the curl you have.
I'm going to just try a straight up curl shot. I think I'm actually too far forward.
You got to take the wind out of that for sure.
Oh, I'll end up in the sand. For sure.
Can't believe that wasn't a slice. It was like on the edge
I know.
of the white ring.
The deal was I was doing those max over par hooks and I was trying to convince my brain to hit it on the perfect, and my brain was like, no man, we're hitting max over par hooks.
Did you forget?
Did you forget? I don't think I can make it from there. I think I can. I think I can.
3.5 or where's the raw? I
think you can pull.
I remember before playing it down like in the sand.
No, we played it and you were like a ring and a half or a half a ring, or you were pretty close. But it seems like we played it like 2 or 3 rings into the sand.
That's when I'm short.
And then it came out better, like right there. It seemed like it came out better if we were deeper into the sand.
Yeah.
And it gives you a little bit more leeway for wind adjustment. And I didn't quite catch all of it. Oh, I needed all of it. Just barely missed it. I can make it from there though. For sure. Oh, I could give you. Do we get chests if you win?
No.
What kind of bullshit is that? Every time you win, you should get a chest. Otherwise, what the hell? I'm at max rapier. .5. Ah, anticipation. I was running out of time. And I definitely didn't pull out enough wind there. Well, at least we found out that we can't do the max overpower hookshot anymore on that hole. Alright. Alright. That pin placement might actually make that hole easier. Seemed like before...
Yeah, it's not any more difficult than it, that's for sure. If I can rack up the practice coins now, I'm up to 20. Started with 15.
What is hole number 4? Par 3. With all the sand in front. Ah.
Oh, that's a little short one. This is probably the easiest one, I think. Maybe.
And I can't remember if I was going at this with a guardian or a sniper. Seems like I played this hole with a sniper or a guardian forever. I'm going to play it with a guardian. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Hole number 4. There should be nobody playing.
Dots.
Dots and Dunner. It's like 4:05 in the morning in Australia. Who the hell is practicing this hole at the same time as me and Dunner? So if we can't get matched up here, this hole right here, as a matter of fact, is where Zachary Jones shot a video on this hole talking about when you're putting on backspin, there's a certain spot where you put on backspin and the ball just literally goes bounce, bounce, and comes to a stop. And then right before that, if you don't put on quite that much backspin, the ball will get to that last spot and then it'll release and roll forward about 1.5 squares.
Yep.
And this is the hole that I watched that video probably 10 fucking times.
I knew I didn't have time. Oh well. Depends on the club too, right? So like with Goliath, what I'll normally do if I'm just all things considered equal, I'm going straight at the pin. I'll put on 4 backspin because that is the formula right there. You put your ball guide up close, it's going to stop, but it's not going to stop dead. It's still going to roll out a little bit. In a situation that's like, okay, well, 3. I want it to roll out a bit more maybe, so I'll just do 3 backspin.
Hey, bitch. I'm going to run out of time. And I was way, way late. I do know I'm at minimum club now, so let's put some Let's get my trusty dusty calculator working for me this time. And I know I need to pull it from the other direction. I need to push the wind out.
Oh, shut the fuck up, you stupid dogs. Neighbors fucking dogs again.
Close. Did you do that at minimum club?
Plus 10 at mid. It was way off. Almost need to do that at max. Plus 10. And I don't know, it's a pretty decent landing spot, so...
I'm gonna run out of time again. That's funny. I was sitting trying to do I was trying to figure out where how I was gonna play it. All right. I will try not to time. I will purposely try not to time out this time. Let's do the wind a little.
Maybe I can make it back to the tee.
Let's do the wind a little quicker now that I know the numbers. .2. Hey. Bitch. Hitting it perfect. Only took 3 times, third time's the charm. And I was at minimum club. And I played minimum club, and it almost feels like I should have played just max club with 30%. I played minimum club with 30%.
Oh yeah, I suppose I gotta fucking putt the ball in to get those tokens. I keep ticking around.
Yeah, you were sitting there messing around on that one.
Well, I just figured if you kept fucking up, maybe I'd get back to my approach shot and you'd play it again.
I appreciate it. I like it when you meet those opponents.
Well, hey man, I had to use a berserker ball too, so I mean, fuck, get the money's worth out of that thing.
Practice hole number 4. What is hole number 4? Hole 4, par 4. I'm not sure that it's going to matter where it's at down here. I'm ready. Which way's... we don't know which way the wind's blowing. Okay, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Dunner. All right. It really depends on which way the wind's blowing, which ball. See if I can catch it just right. If you had one of those Power 5 topspin boost balls, you could get over there with no overpower and probably get right on the, even closer than that. You know, a shot that I've never tried on this is a max overpower hook shot to the right up on that hill, but I bet you that money, that tree right there is in the way. And you'd have to use a lower power ball. You'd have to use like a katana. I remember when I first started playing this shot, this hole right here, it was dangerous to try and do that lower shot. So you always laid up at the top and then just came at it. Bye, Vidalia.
How bad of a grade was it? Oh, it was in the yellow apparently.
That's a great spot from right there.
Not gonna hurt anyone. In real life, I'd probably fuck up and knock it right into the bunker that's 2 feet in front of me, but this is a video game, so.
Oh, I missed it. Whew! Wind was not as big a factor as I thought it was going to be. Close. Well, that's Max Club. Right at the pin, Max Club. So you're saying that in the Inbringer rule, that means that you're playing this at Max Club, even though you had to pull back from that spot in order to set the shot up. Where your red line's at is determines the max.
Yeah.
And what is an Inbringer per ring at max?
Oh, I don't fucking know. Whatever the app says.
Ah. Which app do you use? You use Tommy's app or Golf Clash Notebook?
Notebook.
In the hole.
So yeah, stretch the thing out and figure out where the pin is according to your red line. So in that situation, it was pretty much 100%. And then bring your bullseye back and line it up with no spin, so that there's a tail. If there's a tail, whatever, get that thing going right into the cup. Wherever it terminates, that's where you aim it. And then it's always plus 20 on flat ground for whatever reason. I don't know. That's just the way it works. So like last tournament on the first hole, when I was going to the left and I was staying on top of that little perch there and hitting down with my end bringer, I'd play that at plus 40. So the 20 from the original base, and then I added 20 more on for the elevation, quote unquote, that I was hitting from.
Now there is a max overpower hook shot on this next par 5. This is hole 9 at the regular Gokasha Bay holes.
Oh, this one. Yeah.
And there is a max overpower hook shot that we can do here, but I think if you've got an Apocalypse with as much curl as it's got, you can do it without doing the hook. So I'm going to try just going straight at it with an APOC and one of those powerful. I might be able to do it with an extra mile with the 4 side spin. But it might take an APOC. Maybe. We'll start off with an extra mile and see what happens. Are you ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
Forgot where I was at.
Downs.
Well, that's Dunner. I have no idea what the shot would be to the cup. But this is definitely one shot at a time. The key would be to bring out a big enough ball that you can get in front of this crotch, so that you're hitting out here into the wide open. It may take a power 5 ball, but he's almost there with a power 3 ball. Right at the top of the sand. And that was definitely all of it. Nice.
Okay, I didn't put any left spin on it at all. I just hit only top spin.
Yeah, but you had plenty of room to the left. So from wherever you set it up out there, wherever your marker was, you can go in at least a half a ring to the left.
Well, I just used spin. I didn't put any spin on that, just top spin. So I think I was giving myself red ring off the rough at max. And then I went like 15 rings and then took the wind out. But yeah, Apocalypse is totally different.
I think I got all of it. And 2.
Yeah, it's all that extra curl that it has over the extra mile.
And I can't pull it anymore to the right, so I'd have to pull it to the left and see if that bounce. If I pull it to the left,
I was trying to think where I would have ended up.
I think I've done that in the past with an extra mile, and it works out better because it has more topspin anyways. But you can recover from here right at max. Oh, you're going to hit it great, though. That was the side to hit it on. We should practice this hole again, though.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to bring out an extra mile, and I'm going to remember the spot out there. It's easier to find a spot with an extra mile than it is with an APOC. I've got more time and grade with an extra mile. I didn't have an APOC for a long time.
No, I've only played it a few times just recently.
I only have an APOC because of the community. So, like, if the community hadn't bitched about the extra club cards and made Playdemic decide to do something with them,
Oh, I missed my
I probably still wouldn't have an APOC. Well, I had an APOC at that time. I'd had an APOC for about 6 months. And yeah, it's probably about 4 or 5.
I was always confused because I'd only started, I don't know when I started. The Great Outdoors was like, okay, no, I do remember. It was Summer Major. I'm not sure what year, probably 2020. Maybe it was 19. I've been playing for that long. I don't know. But I couldn't get into it because I only started that week. And so the next tournament that came out was the Great Outdoor Tournament.
Let's try that one more time.
But yeah, so I'd start watching videos. I was like, I'm getting into this game. I knew ahead of time, okay, well, if this is something I like, then I need to like invest some time into it and look. And for me, the last game I played, okay, back to hole 6, right?
Yep.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. But anyway, yeah. To my point, I've seen everyone getting all these cards and all these extra cards next to it. I'm just like, why are those cards even in the pool? If you max those things out, they should just take them out of the pool altogether, right? And then they come up with the trading thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, yeah, there you go. Merry Christmas, everyone who's been playing since the beginning.
Yep. That's exactly what it was.
Different wind this time. Oh no, same wind, just stronger. Just there. It's got to be 2.5 grains at least.
I wasn't paying attention enough to where you were setting up.
This looks like it could be good. Just. Did I? Maybe I should put the wind back in there. So essentially, going to use extra mile. It was. I started off, pushed out with my red ring off, or touching my red ring to the right. And I ended up in between, to the right of that tree.
I'm going to put my blue ring off that last transition. 3-1, that's a ring and a half. And that was all of it. I'm inside of where you were at.
So not quite as far as where I... So yeah, I took my second shot from like up here last time. So it wasn't quite that far.
Yeah, this is if you brought out a power 5 ball, you could probably make it over that hump in front of us, which would roll you down into this area. I hooked it onto the fairway. You all said you wanted to see some hook shots. There you go.
Whoa.
I've never seen it do that before.
It almost hurt my eyes. Play that. Pretty much nice. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Good on the range. Don't normally like to use side spin on like short irons, but 0.8, very okay.
See if Denner can set it up. I'm being all nice and quiet for him, and we're practicing sitting here. Crowd's going wild. They got their little quiet signs up. Hitting it perfect.
Don't hit the fringe. Hit the ends.
In the hole. Was that just a straight up shot?
I did plus 10 max, 3 backspin, and then I needed to use some left. But you got a bit of a better angle hitting the fringe. I always like playing the fringe when I can because it's a way more consistent bound.
Hitting it perfect. In the hole. Woo! In the hole.
Oh.
I play 10% at max. So it's 1.1, so it balances out to 10. So I just played it 1-to-1. 1-to-1.
Good chance on that one for Albatross.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a spot out there with a, and you used the power 3 ball, right?
Yeah.
And you were still in short iron, but you were using a Hornet. So a Hornet, a Kingfisher doesn't have a lot of distance, so I got to help it out.
Yeah. No, it's true. Nuts. And I remember situations in the past where I would put my Kingfisher in my bag for one hole in a tournament because it had less distance. After my tee shot, it always put me in exactly mid club. So I never had to guess. I never had to do anything. It was like, okay, it's mid club, shoot it.
Yeah, there's one hole I can think of that's a par 4 that if you play with a Hornet, you're always kind of in between mid max, or if you catch it, you're in between mid min, but you're never right at a number. So I switched to my Kingfisher in that one because I'm right at mid club. That's the one where you got to weave around the tree. All right, you ready? I think I'm going to play this.
Sure.
I think I'm going to play with a Guardian.
No, you don't. I think they move the pin over far to the left, so I think you play it beside the bunker to the left and go straight at it with a long iron.
Okay. Ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
We're on a run.
Dodge.
6 holes in a row. Dunner. 7 holes in a row.
8, actually. Same hole twice.
Oh, yeah. Probably don't need a big ass ball. Hell, I don't even need that ball.
Not going to be able to take the wind out from there.
Nope.
I wonder if you could use the edge of that rough with like a katana ball, maybe.
I think a Marlin's the one, and I'm at minimum club, which is 1.5 per ring. I'm going to take it just straight up minimum club, and let's see where I'm at. Let's figure out how to make sure that we don't have any screw-ups on this hole. You need a 4 side spin ball. And I don't even know if a 4 side spin ball would help you. I don't want to dick around with that sand trap. This hole was not original. This wasn't one of the original Gokasha Bay holes. This is one of the first holes that they really got tricky with the terrain coming into it.
Oh, the terrible wind angle. Whatever, never mind.
I'm going to do a straight up shot at minimum club and we'll see where we're at. .4 divided by 1.5. It's 2.26 rings. That was 2.26 exactly. Hitting it perfect. We should get a read. Close. Close. This opens, this direction over here makes this hole easier. Because it was pretty difficult from where it was at before. It was easy to either end up in the sand. If you caught this hill and rolled to the bottom, you were screwed. I like that spot better.
Yeah. Pretty flat.
Yeah, and you were a couple rings off the transitional surface, so it gave you a couple really good rings to move. In the hole.
Yeah, buddy.
In the hole. Woo! Birdie. That was the hole in one. That was the birdie hole. All right, this is hole number 1. This is the hole we talked about when we started off, and then we're not on the same track as the actual course. There is a max overpower hook shot here, but the max overpower hook shot gets you like up into this area, and there's other ways to get like up into this area. So the way it works is your short iron, your long iron, and your wood. So if you're just getting over this and just bouncing out here in the clear, you're going to be in your long iron. But if you're really trying to get up in the front, you're going to be in your short iron. But there really isn't any way to get on the green because you're at the end of your run and you're going to end up in those freaking sand traps. So we're going to have a shot to the cup, and I would rather take that shot with my short iron. I'm ready.
I gotta pee.
Okay.
Be right back in a sec.
I'll pause. That way I can go pee. I can go talk to a man about a horse. All right, we are back. I went to talk to a man about a horse, but it was really a pony, I think. But they're mean. Are you ready?
Yep.
I have no idea how I'm going to play it, so I may time out on the first shot. I may. Ready?
Probably just gonna look at the finger to start with, but yeah. I'm just gonna screw around too. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, here we go. Here we go. You guys are getting a walkthrough, scouting report, the whole 9 yards right here. Practice round. Then we can go back and watch this video. So the way that it's supposed to work is you start a tournament off, you figure out what clubs you want, what balls, you look at your ball inventory, make sure you've got everything that you need to play. You really want us to be able to make it over to the other side. Not that ball. But even with a 4-power ball, any kind of headwind, you're riding right along that transition. What you can do is come out here with a power 3 ball and get up into this area and do a max overpower hook shot and net you the same distance. I'm not sure if you use the finger you can get out there far enough. I suppose maybe if you use a big topper. or if you had an extra mile 9. Yeah, but you can go over the other side now. No, not with that wind, you won't. Let's see if he can catch the fairway right there. He's going to be going towards the top.
No, it's not even close.
Too far to the left.
Need more side. Yeah, too far to the left.
Let's see what an APOC can do.
Yeah, and bringing out Berserker, I don't think helped any. I think that actually hurt me as well.
I don't like that there's not a spot that we can come out to. I'll have to go back and watch the vid and see if there's a spot.
Holy bounce.
Almost just a little. I needed to come to the right just a little teeny bit more because it was so much deeper to the right there. Coming in at that angle, I lost, like, even if I'd have been 2 feet more to the right, I would have had like 10 more feet in front of me of still fairway. Where are you really trying to hit to? Right where
somewhere in here, I think.
Because if you have any kind of tailwind, you can bring out a 5-power ball and you can get in front of that finger and you can go straight to the corner. But if you got a headwind, like trying to hit, like you can see if I would have been just a little bit farther to the right, how much more distance I had in front of me. And I'm really trying to get into this area. This might actually be wedge range, but for me, that's the area right there. But I think it's a minimum short iron. Yeah, you're in a Hornet. Where are you at in your club? There's Man. There's Max. So you're about mid.
Right up there with that headwind. 4-9er. Mid. 4.3.
Well, I'm playing my Hornet at 1.5, so that'd be 3 and a 3 1/3 rings.
Oh.
What'd you move it?
Whatever. 4.3.
All right, here we go. I am in my short iron. I'm in minimum short iron, which is right where I want to be. Hey. Isn't it perfect? Get in the hole. was in the hole. In and out. That's the spot.
Yeah, see? Just a bit under 3 backspin. That's a magic number.
Yeah, I think that's the deal.
That's how I set up all my short irons. If I can.
Well, I
First
try
thing I'll
and do
is I'll
like
put on my
one,
spin.
but in that spot, I'm not sure one's the right. Winner, winner. Good hole. All right, this hole right here is worth looking at because this hole really, to be honest with you, the pin placement has nothing to do with shit on this hole. This hole right here is all about trying to just, this is a birdie hole with an eagle opportunity, but there, if you hit it right, there is an Albie shot that you can take. And there's several ways that you can go about it. You can pound that ball if you can get, there's a sand trap, the sand trap that's right here. If you can pound your ball and get close to that sand trap and you have a Nirvana, you can do a rough bump on the other side with your Nirvana and get on until, because this is long iron range out here. But you can try and get over to the other side in one so that you have a pretty tough shot to get over. I'm going to bring a 444 and like, I'm ready.
Okay, I'm just making, I want to.
There, now hold on a second. Let me think about it because we have these bigger balls. If you get all the way to the tip, down here, there is a shot with a wood where you can bring a Cataclysm or a Big Dog and try and go from here and bring it over. And what you're doing is it's a blind curl shot. You're going from here, trying to pinch yourself down in the bottom. And you're looking at where you're terminating your ball guide and thinking about how it works on your arc, and you're trying to bring it over to this area to rough bump it out in front of the green. And you can play that with, you may bring out a bigger ball just for the second shot, but the first shot is all about laying it up. I think that's probably the more consistent way to go is to lay it up.
Yeah, that's why I went back to switch my bags and wanted to put one with the Cataclysm in it.
And I think you can hit it down there to the end with a rock.
A bit more top spin, but
well, I think
look, because if we, I don't know, we'll see.
It seems like you can hit it down to the bottom.
It's a big gap to clear between those two fairways, so.
All right. I'm going to use my utility bag. I'm just going to bring my utility bag on this one. Are you ready?
Yep, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Damn, we're already on hole number 9.
Dots.
Dunner. 9, 10 holes, 11 holes in a row, 10 holes. Look at that. We might have to play this hole again though, because this hole right here has definitely got, there's ways to be aggressive with it for sure. Because you can pound that ball out, and if you can get out there by that sand, you can make it from there with your Nirvana. And I can play this with a rock. And that's going to be short of where I want it. No, that's about exactly where I'm willing to live with. I could be a little bit closer, but You're going for it.
I just want to take a look and see what.
No, I mean, I think if you can get that second bounce, if you can get halfway, 3/4 of the way to that fucking sand trap, even if you don't make it over to the other side, you can bounce over with your Nirvana. But you can make it over to that. Perfect. Damn.
Oh, I forgot to curl it.
I don't think you needed any curl. I think curl would have messed that shot up. You were smashed it. That is right. But you'll be in long iron range there for sure. And so
that's why I switched to sniper bag, just in case I.
Okay, I'm looking at that second bounce, and I'm thinking about how it's going to work on the arc. And I hit it one ring on the inside, which I have a little room, and I missed the rough, which is bad. That'll put me in the rough on the back. So I needed to take off like a half a topspin. It was like 5 topspin from there. I think I had 5.5. So I started off in this area, and I'm just thinking about how it's going to arc across, and was trying to catch that rough and bleed off. Yeah, you're in your long iron, which is the same hitting distance as a freaking Nirvana. If you take that shot, there's almost no downside unless you screw up the first bounce. Because even if you end up in the rough, you can easily get down there on this side of the river and do a rough bump and just rough bump it out right in front of the green.
Oh, Jesus. That was barely great. But it hit the rough at least, so.
No, you got an Albie look at it if you take that shot right there. Otherwise, this is a eagle hole with or birdie hole with an eagle opportunity. In the hole. We'll have to play it one more time.
The fan goes wild.
I think if you play that with a power 3 ball and you get a headwind on that second shot, it could be tricky where you have to use a little bit of overpower, and you don't want to have to take that shot with any overpower. All right. Hey, let me change my bag here real quick. You can't take that with a rock.
Rock is huge, man. I got mine up to level 9.
Hey, when you get
I was looking at the stats compared to my Apocalypse, which is 4, it's almost as good. Like,
well,
it's a couple yards shorter, and I think maybe not quite as much curl. Or, yeah, something like that. It's pretty fucking close.
Yeah, if you have like a level 4 APOC, I mean, I will tell you that a level 9 rock, like if you had to, it is a great, like there's a lot of, you can get just about anything done with it. It is a little bit, at 232, it's a little bit shorter than an extra mile and an APOC, but it's got shit tons of tools. A big topper when
Not
it gets...
much, because Apocalypse at level 4 is 234, and the Rock's 232. So
yeah, but the main thing for me on the Rock is when it got up there where it got its 98 curl, that was a game changer. Because I had just got my Rock to level 8.
The only thing better about Apocalypse at level 4 compared to the Rock is it has 2 more yards and maybe a bit more topspin. What's topspin? 55 versus 60. Or wait, long club.
I think the Rock is the first club that I maxed 64. Out in my club card trading. You know, like I was able to use club card trading to max that club out.
It's got better ball guide, better curl, better backspin, not quite as much topspin, better accuracy, 2 yards less. So it's pretty kick-ass.
Yeah, let's make sure I got that right and I wasn't just looking at clubs. All right, I'm ready. Hey, let's right. Practice that hole
number 9.
Yeah, let's practice hole number 9. Let me go back. Okay, I'm on hole 9, par 5.
All right, I'm gonna let me check and see what I got for a wind ball in case wind sucks. Meteor +2 overpower, right? Only 1 spin. Okay, I'm gonna start with that summer ball, and if it's any kind of headwind, I gotta switch to Meteor. And what's Bubba? Bubba's only +1. Yeah, okay. All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, it's 11:59.
Dots.
Dunner. I'm not sure how I'm going to play it. I want to see if you can just hit it out there if you're by that sand trap. If you can rough bump it and it's like no fuss, no muss, because I don't think you have the hole's further back, the cup's further back, so you don't have a shot at Albie. But like for people who are just having a problem getting eagle.
Not that side.
Well, Dunner might show us. No, he's got it.
No. I needed to hit that perfect or other side great.
I'm going to take the same shot I was taking before
though.
Because I think that this is what how a lot of people are going to have to come at it. I really think if you just go out, you just hit it as far out into that area as you possibly can. You've got a shot on the other side if you're trying to get eagle. It might be easier than this. I think it was right at about 2 backspin. And it doesn't really matter left or right as long as the distance is right. That is like the last shot we took. I was twice as far from the rough, and I was like, that was the perfect spot. I don't like being close to that. I put on like 1 3/4 backspin. I need to put on 2. And Dunner's got a killer shot at Albie.
This is pretty much just a gimme here. What did I say that was? 3.8.
Where were you at in your
Wow.
club?
That's, yeah, maybe not quite max. Oh, that's max. That's definitely max.
Yeah, it was definitely max. Perfect.
Timer seemed to speed up on me there for a second. Get going. Oh, that would have been cool. Not quite enough of a pull. Died. It died.
Now I could just do a max shot and just go for it. That might actually be easier, because then I could pull the wind out. My red line's right there, so no matter where I hit here, I'm coming out of the rough. I'm not coming out of the rough is what I meant. One ring great to the right. Yeah, I might like that better than trying to curl it around.
Yeah.
But you're only going to get that done by bringing a 4-power ball to that party. And if there was any headwind, I don't think I would have tried to actually set it up to go to the cup. I would have just put maximum topspin on it and hit it. Because with headwind, it's going to push it back into it no matter what. And I want as much topspin to get me out. I do not like taking those types of putts. All right, your shot's definitely giving you an Albie look, and my shot's definitely giving you several ways that you can achieve eagle, but really not any kind of Albie look. So we got to go with your shot.
Yeah, and even from the rough, like.
So you want to try that one more time?
What, I got trophies off you there? How did I get trophies?
Do I have one practice token left, so I'm willing to practice one more time.
All right. I got 26. I'll send you one.
I wish that we could do that, because Mike lost some, and I had one of my viewers that was bitching about it too, and I think that is bullshit, that you're paying for them or whatever. If you have practice tokens, then you have practice tokens. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's like a gift card. You've spent the money. The company already has the money in their pocket, so it doesn't matter how fucking long it takes them to spend the gift card. You've already been paid for it.
Well, you know what they could do is you could
the longer it takes me, the more your prices are going to go up anyway. So the $100 isn't even worth $100 when they bought it for me a year ago.
Yeah, but you could do like clan donations, like in a lot of other games they'll have clan donations,
100%.
and you could donate that stuff, and it has a certain
earn yourself currency for donating to your own clan too.
Right, you could donate in your clan and upgrade your tech for your clan, for your club tech, and then like your clan gets 10% more in every chest that they open. Because
like individually, right? Like someone puts in the chat, "Hey, can you spare me some marlins or something?" Yeah, boom, here you go. Here's 3 marlins. Okay, well, because I sent my teammate 3 marlins, I get a gem, a blue gem. A new currency, blue gems, and you can use blue gems to buy stuff in the store, and you earn blue gems by helping your clan out.
I like it too in a lot of other games, where if somebody in your clan, and this is why in a lot of the games, especially castle building games, for any of you that play castle building games as well, you always want to be in a clan. You always want to be in the baddest ass alliance or clan that's out there, because they buy a lot of shit. And in almost every other game, when somebody in your clan buys a $50 pack, everybody in the clan gets like a thing saying, "Hey, great job, clan." And that tells us, like somebody in the clan bought a $100 pack or a $40 pack or the $50 pack or the $35 pack, or some pack got bought, and so the more packs that get bought, the more shit your clan gets. So it promotes your clan to buy more shit. And if you're playing a lot of games, you've got to be in a clan that's active, because you get a ton of stuff being in an active clan. If you're not in an active clan, you're in a farm. That's basically how it works in other games, right?
Yeah.
You're farming resources, and then the clans that are active have more shit than you and have better shit, so they come and farm you.
Yeah, there was another one I played a long time ago that had some cool little, I don't know, battle type scenarios, I guess, thing. It was like a monsters game, and you could breed them with each other and create new ones and blah, blah, blah. But, like, the one thing I thought was cool that it had was every once in a while they'd have, like, a race. And your whole clan would be invited. And you scored points by doing certain objectives in the game. And those points would earn you spaces around the racetrack. And you just do laps. And it was like the first team that gets 10 laps or whatever wins the first place. And there are always really good prizes for that game. I was like, hey, that's cool. You know, hey, team, you know, can we get 20 of us to, hey, I'm going to focus on 10 wins in Tour 7. Can you focus on, you know, make 12 eagles, or, you know, this stupid shit. You can make up anything in the game, right? Like, have 5 drives over 400 yards. And if you do that, you're 5 points towards your race. And each lap is fucking 100 points or something. So you get everyone in your clan doing different things, different objectives, and you're all earning points, and you're completing your race. And then it's like, okay, you win a fucking like a platinum chest for tour whatever, or you win, you know, X amount of balls or something, right?
Yeah, they don't do shit like that for us. Are you ready?
No, there's lots they could do, and yeah, hole 9, right?
Yeah, we're gonna practice hole 9, par 5. Hole 9.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. But yeah, I mean, every time they add something or a different mode or something like that, that just encourages people to play more, which means that they use all their shit and they have to refill it all.
There's a lot of things that they could do, especially with the clan stuff. They, like, clan tournaments, they have stats on every person that plays the game. So not only are we playing the tournament in our bracket,
that's a perfect win,
but our clans playing the tournament against the other clans. And I don't think you can get it done with a power 4 ball, even with a tailwind.
I rolled out pretty far with that first shot. Like, I was past the bunker.
Oh shit! I couldn't hit that any worse.
Yeah, you need to push the wind back up too.
I couldn't have hit that any worse. No, I didn't want to push the wind back up. I wanted to see if I had to fight against headwind, like where I would end up out there. Like, would you have to bring out one of those top spin boost balls? Well, we're definitely going to get to see if you can recover from out there, because I think you can. I think I'll have to bounce over. But Nirvana's got just enough top spin that I can swing it around. That's about as bad as you could possibly be. I got a good angle at it, though. I will say that. Hitting it perfect. That's 3 perfects in a row on the drives. No, I think that one you hit great to the right, but it still worked. Perfect. Perfect. You got a nice rough bump from there. Nice.
Yeah. Just got to be careful of if you're pulling into the bunker. If you barely pull in, not a big deal. But if you pull in like a whole ring or two, it's going to fuck up your approach, because I've heard people talk about it before. And I was thinking about it today. And what I gather is you've aimed your shot to land at a certain height. But then when you go to adjust your wind, you're pulling down. So really your trajectory off the tee is going to be lower than what it was before you pulled the wind out. So therefore, it's not going to travel. Once it hits the spot that you're supposed to go to, it's not going to travel as far. And then that's how you end up in the bunker and shit like that. And you're like, what the hell?
I didn't have enough topspin to bring me around. I can't believe that I made that first bounce on as far to the right as I was. Shit, that had to be a good. Are you at max club right there?
No, like 25% maybe. It's going to do like 1.6. Of course. Hit it on the other side this time. And that's not an indication of how my wind angle was. That's just the hill and the green pushing it away on that side.
In the hole. Get in the hole. In the hole. Wind did not play any factor at all on that shot. Because that is right where I aim.
Were you in the sand there?
Yeah. My Nirvana simulates the effect of running topspin, but it doesn't run topspin as good as my Spitfire. That Spitfire's got 100 topspin. So it plays exactly like the Rapier.
Yeah.
When it's up close. It's even more accurate. If I can get it one more level, I think it gets some accuracy and it gets to the point. I think it gets to 100 accurate, and then it's the same as my Nirvana.
I think I used up all my
tees
and
practice
stuff
tokens.
there. That's perfect.
All right, I'm out of practice tokens. That was now you got to see all of the new pin placements. I didn't really think any of those pin placements were that bad.
No, not at all. If anything, it's easier than it used to be.
Because like when we played the Oasis, there was some holes in there that it drastically affected the way we came at them. But I really didn't see that today. All right, there you have it.
My buddy fucking found me somehow and tried to invite me to his clan 6 minutes ago.
That's funny.
Maybe I'll send him one of my other accounts.
Okay, everybody have a great week.
Not getting my main, though.
We'll shoot some. My nephew's here. Mr. No Bueno's here. We'll shoot some video this week. It's raining here, so I've got to go to Seattle on Thursday, so I'll be gone Thursday, Friday, so maybe Friday morning I can play from the hotel. I'll call you.
Yeah, right on, yeah.
Thanks for watching. Any wise words for everybody before we go?
No.
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 Nope. No wise words.
No wisdom today.
No wise words for
wisdom
today.
is fresh out. Haven't
Bye.
smoked enough yet.
And haven't smoked enough yet. Thanks for watching.